Hi everybody, so today I've come on to answer Nerve's question here because I'm sure it will be the question on many of your lips if you are in a relationship or have just gotten out of a relationship with someone that you realise is narcissistic. Now when I say narcissistic, I don't just mean, they kind of love themselves in the way they look in the mirror. It's somebody that has been taken over by a demonic force and they're making your life hell. And if you go back to my previous video, I go into that in a little bit more depth. So, of course, if you are with someone that you work out is a narcissist and is abusing you in this way, you don't walk away, you run away. You need to get away and as far away as possible. There's a reason that they say in all the narcissistic forums, no contact. Because the minute you start contacting them, as I said in my last video, that energetic connection is connected again. So it's like trying to imagine that they have these, when I say they, I'm talking about the parasitic force within them, the demonic force, like tentacles that hooks into you and feeds off your life force. The minute that you connect with them again, you have re-engaged that connection. And this is why no contact is so important, because it can reconnect through, definitely through, being in their presence, but it can also reconnect you through an email, a text. That's how they get into you, and that's how it's really hard for you to move on. And I know that, as a human being, a real human being that hasn't been taken over by a parasitic force, our nature is empathic. We care. We care about others. We care about the well-being of others. We care about animals. We don't want anything to be suffering. And this is where they get you. Because they play the pity party and they tell you their sob stories, and the next thing your heart's opening and you're in there and they're locked into you with this parasitic tentacles that they have. And this is why it's so hard to get out of that, because this is supernatural, guys. It's not just a person, it's a supernatural phenomena that we don't even understand. But that parasitic force, that demonic force within them, knows everything about you. It probably knew you before you were born. These beings are assigned to basically destroy us. And they work through these people that are vulnerable. And this is where, they get into these people through their trauma. Sometimes they come in through past lives or whatever. But there is a difference. There is a difference between somebody who is human and is in touch with their heart and somebody who has been taken over by a demonic parasitic force. And this is the war that we're in right now, guys. And so I'm going to tell you a story. You may have heard this before, but it will emphasize the importance of not letting them back in. Because the no contact thing is so important. So important. They can even get in through dreams and things like that. If you wake up in the morning and you've dreamt to them, you need to clear your field, you need to do your prayers, you need to get them out and get the demon out. When I do my clearing, if I've been around narcissistic people, I don't just clear the person out my field. That's easy. It's easy to clear a person out your field. It's much harder to clear a demon out your field. And this is where the prayers come in, and this is where the spiritual work comes in. So there is a story about a swan, and the swan was in the lake, and one day a scorpion came up to her and said, "Swan, can you please take me to the other side of the lake?" And she says, "Oh no, I wouldn't take you to the other side of the lake. You're a scorpion. You could sting me." And he says, "But if I sting you, the both of us will drown. So why would I do that?" So the swan, in her nature, her empathy, her heart, decided to take the scorpion over to the other side of the lake. And halfway over, she felt this piercing sting in her back. And the agony, she started to sink down into the water, and so did the scorpion. And she said to him, "Why? Why would you do this when both of us are dying now?" And he said, "It's in my nature." And there you have it, guys. That's a narcissist. You can't heal them. You can't heal them. You can heal you. And that's why you need to walk away and you need to do your own healing. And I do understand If you know it's family, and you know if you've got kids involved and everything like that, very complex. But as much as possible, you need to stay away from them. And when you learn to do the clearing, you know, you can do it morning and night, you can do it throughout the day. If you feel them, if they are coming into your thoughts, and I know that that can get obsessive, that's the demonic energy coming into your thoughts. That's how they get you to connect again. And the dreams are, you know, very powerful. You can have very powerful dreams and things like that. And this, look, I was speaking to a friend the other day, and she said to me, "Oh, all of a sudden I was just driving along, and this person just, who's narcissistic, he just keeps coming into my head." And I said, "Yes, that's, you know, he's thinking about you." This is where we need to tap into our own intuition. If somebody just all of a sudden comes into your head, comes into your thoughts, and then you can't get them out, that's that parasitic force. And here's the thing, we are so much more powerful than them. That's why they want our energy, our life force. They can't survive on their own. This is what's happening on our planet, by the way. This force is dying off, and it's on a feeding frenzy right now. The more we understand this, and the more we learn, you know, who is a narcissist. And when I say narcissist, when I say it, I'm talking about somebody with a demonic force. I'm not just talking about someone who likes the look of himself or thinks he's kingpin, you know what I mean? I'm talking about, this is the supernatural stuff I'm into. I had to learn this stuff to help myself, because this force is, especially if you've come here with a mission and you come here to help people, you're targeted by these forces. And they don't just come through your relationships, they come through your friendships. Now here's the thing I want to really make clear. If it does happen that all of a sudden you've got a friend and they're changing towards you, they're starting to do things that are hurtful, it's not your friend, okay? It's the same force that was coming through your partner and your previous partner and your other narcissist and your narcissistic boss and whatever. It's the same demonic force. You'll start to recognize the pattern that they do the same things. They don't really have a lot of creativity. They do the same things to push your buttons in the same way, because they know you. They know you so well. They know how to trigger you. Now, what happens when you get triggered, when they do something to trigger you, your field, which is your protection, it's your immune system, your field weakens. And that's when they get into you and they can project their toxic waste into you. That's probably another video. I will do this because there is an exchange that happens between you and the narcissist. The demonic force puts dark, low frequency energy into your field, and it takes your light. I have done a video on it before, but I might do another one. I hope that answers your question, Nerve, and I really do feel for you, because I know how hard it is. There are a lot of forums out there that can support you, and of course I offer personal coaching with people to help them learn these techniques and basically tailor whatever you need to use. So that's on my link tree on my page, and you're welcome to put any comments. I'm happy to come on and do videos and answer your questions as well. Alright guys, have a great day. Talk to you soon.